Hi, I'm Jessica.
And I'm Kira.
And we are the Keepers of the Books, your online librarians. And we're here with our April book haul. We have a smaller book haul for you this time because we have a lot of books we have to read for work this month. So we're just going to share a few, and I'm sure we will review more books in April than these.
The Drake Equation by Bart King. I love anything he's written. This one follows a character who is a bird watcher, and I just love the illustration on the covers. It will be a review book from Disney Hyperion.
Just Another Girl by Elizabeth Eulberg, and it comes out actually the end of March, so we'll probably do it towards the beginning of April. This one is the author of Better Off Friends. She does have a lot of really good reviews and stuff, so the author's quite popular.
She's the author of Pride and Prejudice. I love that book.
This is a book from Point. Hope knows there's one thing coming between her and her longtime crush, his girlfriend Parker. She has to sit on the sidelines and watch the perfect girl gets the perfect boy, because that's how the universe works, even though it's completely wrong. She doesn't feel perfect, so it's going to be just the story of a girl. Well, it's realistic fiction, and every girl in this age group wonders.
In her other books, she's always done a really good job of portraying a realistic version of the characters.
And it says, you think you have an enemy, but she's just another girl.
Threads by Amy Polanski. This follows the story of Clara, who finds a note in her purse at the mall from another girl named Yuming, who claims she was kidnapped from China and is here in the US. She starts to wonder what's really going on and looks into it further than maybe she should, but starts feeling a connection with Yuming as well. This is a review book from Disney Hyperion. The
Castle in the Mist by Amy Ephron. This is an international best-selling author. She wrote Counting by Seven. Counting by Sevens is one of my students' favorites. This one is not realistic fiction. It looks like it's fantasy. It is about these kids who find a brass key, and they're in kind of a weird world. Tess and Max. And they're in the English countryside. They find the brass key, and there's a gate. Beyond the gate, there's a rose garden and a boy named William. And then strange things happen, and there's carnivals. The carnival people are paid in dreams, or the ride operators are. There's another scary, creepy tree in this book. That is The Castle in the Mist by Amy Ephron. It is a review book from Penguin.
5 Elements, Book 1, The Emerald Tablet by Dan Jolly. This book follows the story of Gabe, Lily, and Kaz and Brett. Gabe is moving to San Francisco, and he's only ever known his 3 friends, and he's really sad about it. So when they find a strange old map and instructions for a ritual that promises to bring them together forever, they jump at the chance for one last adventure. And I'm positive that it will not go as planned. And based on the cover, they will have some kind of superpowers related to the elements. I'm sure it'll be a very fast-paced action adventure, but if there's 5 elements and 4 friends, where does the 5th element come in? And that is a review book from HarperCollins. 3 Dark Crowns by Kendare Blake. This one is an epic reads book. In every generation on the island of Fenburn, a set of triplets is born. 3 queens, all equal heirs to the crown, and each possessor of a coveted magic. Mirabella is a fierce elemental able to spark hungry flames or vicious storms at the snap of her fingers. Catherine is a poisoner, one who can ingest the deadliest poison without so much as a stomachache. Arsinoe, a naturalist, is said to have the ability to bloom the reddest rose and control the fiercest of lions. But becoming the queen crowned isn't solely a matter of royal birth. Each sister has to fight for it. It's not just a game of win or lose, it's life or death. The night the sisters turn 16, the battle begins. The last queen standing gets the crown. Enough said. That's an intense sounding book. Phoenix by S.F. Said, illustrated by Dave McKean. Lucky lives on a remote planet called Ares 1, and it's been a relatively safe country. Lucky also starts seeing images of horned, cloven-hooved aliens and dreams that the stars are singing to him, and wakes to evidence suggesting that he is not normal after all. And his mother sacrifices herself to help him escape an elite military force called the Shadow Guards. So it sounds like he's going to be on the run for most of the book and trying to figure out who he is. And it looks like it has some fun illustrations. This is a review copy from Candlelit Press and Kiss the Book.
Overturn by Lamar Giles. This is an Ager Award finalist author, and this is a proof copy. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, especially murder. It says it's for ages 12 and up, or grades 7 through 12. So you got a nice big span there. It must be a clean read. It is from Scholastic Press. So they do tend to have very clean reads. Nikki Tate is infamous, even by Las Vegas standards. Her dad is sitting on death row, convicted of killing his best friend in a gambling dispute turned ugly. And for 5 years, he's maintained his innocence. But Nikki wants no part of that. She's been working on Operation Escape Vegas, playing an illegal card game so she can save up enough money to get out come graduation day. Then her dad's murder conviction is overturned. The new evidence seems to come out of nowhere, and Nikki's life becomes a mess when he's released from prison, because the dad who comes home is not the dad she remembers, and he's desperately obsessed with finding out who framed him and why. As her dad digs into the seedy underbelly of Vegas, the past threatens everything, and Nikki is drawn into his deadly hunt for the truth. But in the city of sin, some sinners will do anything to keep their secrets, and Nikki soon finds herself playing for the biggest gamble ever, her life.
American Street by Ibi Zoboi. The main character, Fabiola Toussaint, her family is immigrants, and her mom gets detained by the U.S. Immigration Bureau. So she's sent to live with her really loud American cousins that are just sound like are super annoying. And she has to decide on if it's worth achieving the American dream. It sounds like very much a realistic fiction with some political undertones and some humor based off the loud, obnoxious cousins involved.
It has a lot of hype.
It has had a lot of hype.
It's been out since February.
It's had a lot of praise and hype. It's a review copy from Balzer and Bray. I think this will be one that will make you really think.
This is an author who has a lot of praise and a lot of starred reviews in a lot of journals. 10 Miles One Way by Patrick Downs. He's
written a lot of other books.
He has, and there's not a lot to read on this book to figure out what it's about, except for the fact that it's about mental illness. Nest and Q walk through the city. Nest speaks and Q listens. Mile by mile, Nest tells Q about her life, her family, her past, and her chimera, the beast that preys on her mind and causes her to lose herself. Q knows only that his love for Nest runs deeper than the demon that plagues her thoughts, and he loves her in spite of, or perhaps because of, the personal battle she fights every day. In this moving novel, Patrick Downs tells the story of a mind at the edge of unraveling, held together by love and acceptance.
Wow, that's quite a description.
So this is a novel about mental illness and the people that love them. Review copy from Philomel.
Romeo and What's Her Name by Shani Petrov. This follows the story of Emily, who gets an understudy role as Juliet, but she's kind of disappointed in being the understudy because she doesn't get a lot of on-screen time or on-stage time with her crush Wes, who is playing Romeo. And it sounds like it's just going to be a really fun romance, silly romance, which might be hard to do with a Romeo and Juliet twist-off. I'm curious to see how the author pulls off a humor book. This is a review copy from Swoon Reads.
Okay, this one came out in hardback in May 2016. My guess is the paperback is coming out. So I just got this one. It's a review copy from Titan Books. It's Sherlock Holmes, A Study in Brimstone by G.S. Denning. This is Sherlock Holmes with a very comedic twist. Sherlock Holmes is an unparalleled genius who uses the gift of deduction and reason to solve the most vexing of crimes. Sherlock Holmes, however, is not. He may be a font of arcane power, but frankly, he couldn't deduce his way out of a paper bag. The only things he's got going for him are the might of 1,000 demons, the spirit of Moriarty trapped in his head, and his stalwart companion, Dr. John Watson, who is always there to guide him through the treacherous shoals of Victorian propriety and save him from a gruesome death every now and then. An irreverent and addictive reimagining of the world's favorite detective, Sherlock Holmes retains the charm of the original stories while finally giving 221B Baker Street what it's been missing for all these years, an alchemy table.
I love the next part. Read them the next part.
Starring Sherlock Holmes, incompetent detective, Vladislav Lestrov, nihilist vampire, Torg Grogson, house-proud ogre, John Watson, terrified. I think it's probably the fiction, fantasy, and crime. I'm thinking this is going to be kind of like Sherlock Holmes, a little bit.
With magical twist.
With a little bit of the magical PI going on, so maybe...
I'm guessing it's also told through John Watson's point of view.
Dresden Files? Yeah. Dresden Files is an adult book, but
he's more competent.
Or maybe kind of like a Stephanie Plum type twist on Sherlock Holmes with the magic in there. Or Kim Harrison.
Yeah.
Kim Harrison.
There's so many good ones.
Again,
sounds like.
Those are adult books, but I think I'm going to love this book.
The Bone Witch by Rin Chupeco. She also wrote The Girl from the Well. This follows the story of T, who has found out she's a necromancer in a society that does not accept people who have the ability over the dead. I don't think any society would, but you never know. I just was really drawn to the cover when this was sent to us as a review book, and I just think it's going to be a really fun action-adventure read. It's a review book from Source Books.
So that is our kind of short April book haul, but we will have more in April. It's just a matter of how long it takes us to read the books we have to read for work this month. We will be posting those, and maybe some of the books that we have to read for work. We'll find out. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Especially subscribing lets you see when these reviews come out for these books, and you can see the weekly reads where we follow up on these. Those are our wrap-ups. Happy April and spring, and reading in spring and summer is fantastic because you can read in the sunshine.
Oh, yes.
And until next time, happy reading. Bye.
Bye.